Yeah, Joe?
I would like to follow up on many questions you have received over the last 2 days about the attempt of assassinating the Iraqi Prime Minister. I was wondering if you have any updates on that topic.
No.
Nothing?
No.
Could you tell us why the Pentagon is reluctant in accusing Iranian-backed militias of launching those UAVs? When we heard General McKenzie saying that he accused them directly that Iranian-backed militias were behind the assassination, the attempt of assassination.
There's no reluctance here, Joe. We want to be judicious and careful about what we're saying here from the podium. I've said, I don't know how many times over the last couple of days, that these attacks are certainly in keeping with the kinds of tactics and tools and procedures that we have seen militias backed by Iran use in Iraq. But I am not in a position now to speak to specific attribution, and I'm not going to go beyond that. It is under investigation by our Iraqi partners, and I think we need to respect that process and allow the Iraqis to speak to this when and how they're able to.
But don't you think those attacks against the residence of Prime Minister Kazemi are similar to the attacks against At-Tanf in Syria? What's the difference? When we heard the statement from CENTCOM in regards to At-Tanf attacks accusing the Iranian-backed militia, why not now?
Joe, I'll go back to what I just said before. I think we're talking past one another. As I said before, we have seen these kinds of tactics, these kinds of tools, UAVs, used by Iran-backed militias in Iraq to target our people, to target our facilities, and of course to target our Iraqi partners. I'm not walking away from the similarities here. I'm just saying that I'm not prepared to get into specific attribution at this time, nor would it be prudent for me to do that while the Iraqis are investigating this.
John?
Yeah.
So I guess the bottom line here is the department is not speaking or sending the same message here. We have the highest general in the region saying one thing. You're not saying totally something different, but not the same way. He was more, I wouldn't put it like forthcoming, but he was not prudent as much as you are. Why is this different? It's the same department, it's the same military.
I don't think there's a lot of difference here, Fadi, and I think honestly you guys are making much more out of this than you need to. We have all seen the militias operating in Iraq that are supported by Iran use these kinds of tools and tactics. We're deeply concerned about that. And what's more important is not whether I'm going as far as a general's going in terms of what we're saying about it. It's what we're doing about it and how we're working with our Iraqi partners to do what we have to do to protect our people and our facilities. And drawing a bright line around the threat that we're still under inside Iraq because of these militias backed by Iran. I mean, that's what really matters here, not whether there's a nuance change between what General McKenzie said the other day and what I'm saying here. We're all of us, including General McKenzie, are fully focused on the threat that our people and our Iraqi partners are under inside Iraq by these militias, which we know are backed by Iran. That's where the focus is.
Does the discussion extend to what the U.S. can or the department can provide in order for Mr. al-Qasemi or any other Iraqi official inside the green zone can have the systems that can deal with this type of threat, which is, we're talking about drones. Have the Iraqis asked for assistance in that?
I'm not aware of any specific security assistance request by the Iraqis along those lines, along force protection lines. No.
Any other assistance request?
I'm not aware of any. No. Let's see. Paul Schenkman.
Hi, John. Thanks for